quiz of the year 2006. It's like Test the Nation, but for drunk people who don't care how thick they are. If your family still hasn't come to blows this Christmas, simply split yourself into 2 teams and we'll see if we can't help you out with that. So grab yourself a pen and paper, or a crayon, if that's all you're allowed, and let's meet our teams. Team number 1, a blonde bombshell with come-to-bed eyes and a body to die for, and the beautiful Cat Dealey. It's Jonathan and Kat. Team 2, lock up your daughters and your sons. It's best to be safe. From Little Britain, it's David Williams. And keep an eye on the livestock while you're at it, because from Wales, it's Rob Brydon. And finally, from the mighty Boosh, it's Noel Fielding. And from the 1870s, it's Russell Brand. Yeah. What a great lineup this year. Now, I presume you've all got pub quiz team names. Kat, Jonathan, what have you thought of?
Well, we weren't sure. We were talking beforehand, weren't we? And we waited till we got out there and looked at the opposition, and we've decided to call ourselves the conventionally attractive team. Because they're all... I'm sure people would find the other teams attractive, but you'd have to be... You know, it's kind of they're kind of like a freakish appeal down the end there.
Freakish?
Yeah,
freakish?
It's kind of like,
he's traditionally handsome.
Who is?
Russell.
No, he's not. He looks like a startled owl.
Listen to the lady.
What am I?
Noel, I think you look like Rod Stewart has made love to a raven. and who is to say he hasn't? Yeah. So you're going to go for the conventionally attractive.
The conventionally attractive team.
We've both had a blow dry. It looks good.
Imagine my disappointment when I went to a room expecting the offer.
David and Rob, have you come up with a team name?
We thought long and hard about this. We had a lot of phone calls and sort of thought...
We actually got some writers in and we kind of...
Yeah. And we came up with Rob and Dave.
OK. Noel and Russell, have you got a team name?
Given the nature of your abuse to my teammate, I think it could be called either Ravenspawn or Rod's Progeny.
Lovely. OK, teams, and you at home, were you paying attention in 2006? Our first round is all about the events of January and February, but first, let me jog your memory. Muslims were outraged by a cartoon depicting Muhammad with a bomb as a hat. I would say, lighten up, fellas, but I'm a coward, so well done. And Diamond was forced to quit Celebrity Fit Club for cheating. They found out she wasn't a celebrity. Right, as Charles Kennedy says when he wakes up in the morning, it's time for round 1. OK, question number 1. Eyes down. James Cracknell and Ben Fogle were in the news for rowing across the Atlantic. My question, why did they decide to do the latter half of the trip naked? OK, you've got to write it down.
Got it. We've got the right answer.
Well done. Well, you're very good boys. Yeah. And I noticed that the slightly cooler team haven't written anything yet.
They were busy doing their hair.
I'm suspicious of this technology, Jimmy.
OK.
No good can come of this. It makes a mockery of the Etch-a-Sketch. I don't care for it. Noel and I mistrust it. Can we just not tell you? We'll use language.
We need a quill.
Here's a quill, I say. And some parchments.
Right, we're going to need some parchment and a quill.
Didn't you row the channel this year for Comic Relief?
We'll come on to that later. There'll be sort of an hour where I show you some slides. There'll be a Q&A.
OK, you all got something down for that? OK, next question. Question number 2. Here's an elderly man making a public apology after being discharged from hospital. Have a look.
My family and I are deeply sorry for all that Vice President Cheney and his family have had to go through this past week. We send our love and respect to them.
OK, what I want to know is, what was he apologising for? OK, question number 3. The world's first face transplant was unveiled when recipient Isabelle Dunois met the press to show off her new face. What I want to know is what happened to her old one.
I like the way people can laugh at the unfortunate events of this lady's life.
In fairness, she is French, so... So fuck it, you know.
We're ready. We've done that one.
Oh. OK, for the next question, it's over to those renowned current affairs pundits, Girls Aloud.
Hi, Jimmy. OK, in January, what Seventon Northerner brought delight and heartbreak to the capital by making an unscheduled trip into town?
I didn't listen to that because I was just thinking about which one I'd like to sleep with the most. And I didn't listen to what they said.
Have you done an order?
Well, I was doing one then.
Right.
But I got distracted because they started talking.
Let's move on. I'll raise the tone. Watch this clip of Pete Burns and dignified MP George Galloway on Celebrity Big Brother.
Oh, shit.
Sorry, we need to see that again because Kat was telling me which order she'd like to do them in first. We didn't realise. Also, we got distracted by the fact that we realised that if they're not careful, they're going to look like Pete Burns in a couple of years' time.
Right, my question on that clip.
Yeah.
In the interpretive dance guessing game they were playing there, what emotion were they trying to convey?
You really did the cat one, didn't you?
Yeah, that was horrible.
What were you miming there, Kat Deely?
The really let's go on.
It's very nice when you do that. I enjoy it. Thank you very much. OK, the final question for January and February. Shelley Rudman was Britain's sole winner at the Winter Olympics, bringing home a very respectable silver. There she is in action. Oh, yeah, she's quite a lady. But what's her sport called?
What, what's it called?
Football.
Got it. There's conferring going on.
Okay, something.
Okay.
We've made a very strong start here in the middle.
Well, I will be the judge of that. Have you all got your answers down?
Hold on, we're just writing our last bit
All
there.
right.
Yes.
OK, I won't keep you in suspense. I'll give you the answers to round one right now. I asked you, why did James Cracknell and Ben Fogle row the Atlantic? What have you all got? Kat and Jonathan?
It's chafing because of the clothes. It's my excuse.
You've got what, sorry, David and Rob?
Chafing.
Chafing.
And you've got...
Because they were in love.
That's a beautiful sentiment. You should get there just for being romantic. I think
Owl
that's a
and the
nice thing.
Pussycat went to sea. Lovely.
Oh,
Oh.
the Owl and the Pussycat, of course. It would never really work out, would it?
Why?
Well,
You were talking about a Raven and Rod Stewart earlier.
no, all right, no, that's a very good point, well made. Who knows what it would produce? OK, well, I can tell you, you're absolutely right. The reason they were naked from the waist down is because of chafing. I've actually got a picture of James Cracknell's arse. This is absolutely genuine. Have a look at this. Look at that, it's like collapsed mine shaft.
Does that not also answer the question about the face transplant as well?
OK, I asked you, what was the old fella apologising to Vice President Dick Cheney for? What have you got?
He was shot by Dick. Dick shot him. He was shot. They were out hunting.
Yeah.
And he was shot. And I think you were in the States at the time when this happened, didn't you? And it was all over the news over there. And even though he was on the receiving end of the bullet, he apologised for being
I'm
shot.
sorry I was in the way.
How pathetic is that?
That is absolutely the right answer, though.
Thank you.
He was shot by Dick Cheney. You've got that right as well, have you?
We
Being
have
shot
as
by
well.
Dick. And you've got...
Yeah, we've abbreviated Dick Cheney to DC, but other than that, we're in complete concurrence with the previous teams. This makes it difficult for us to derive humour from the situation. But in terms of points, Jimmy, we are immaculate.
Apparently he tried to pay for the bullet as well.
I don't want to put you to any trouble.
I've scuffed this. I'll get you another one.
Marvellous. All right, next up, what had happened to the face transplant lady's original face? What have you got?
I think we misunderstood, because I thought you meant after they'd taken it off, what do they do with it? So I guess sold it on eBay.
OK, and you've gone for...
Again, we're taking it very seriously. We're out to win. Bitten off by a dog.
That is exactly... It's the age-old excuse. The dog ate it. Let's go, if I may, to Noel and Russell and their answer. What happened to the original face?
Noel said that it's on a horse. I was reluctant to go with him, Jimmy, but he was very confident. He assured me that it was on a horse.
Don't give them it.
Don't give
No, all right,
Because
all right.
they're not taking it seriously.
It's whiz through. Come on, next one. Which unexpected visitor brought delight and heartbreak to the capital? OK, let's see what you've come up with before we go back to Girls Aloud.
We were going to say something like Peter Kay or something like that, but we decided we think it's the big whale.
You've got the whale stuck in the Thames?
It's a very sad story.
Yeah, it's a very...
whale's getting stuck in the Thames. A whale, not a whale, sorry. A whale getting stuck in the Thames and people standing and supporting it, throwing water over it, wet towels, that sort of thing. But it's all to no avail, Jimmy. The whale, unfortunately, perished and a nation was united in grief. Even people who previously wouldn't have been too concerned about a whale, they may have given some thought to a dolphin, which has the everlasting smile. A whale, as we know, can be a killer. But this one killed our preconceptions, if you call it anything.
Well, I think that's best summed up, Rob. I think it's best summed up by Nolan Russell's answer, which was...
It was that whale.
I think what Russell and Noel have done there is they've encapsulated what I've said in a nice bite-sized morsel.
Why are you peering at us in this fashion?
It's to us, you're like rare birds.
You're
that
exotic
have... We can't believe that you're sitting so tamely in your chairs.
We're just trying our hardest. We just want to get through the quiz. That's all we've ever wanted, to just be on a quiz, and now we're here.
Can I ask a question of Russell in particular?
Yes,
Do
dear.
you have any other clothes?
Rob, why have you elected to attack my apparel? I have these appurtenances. I look grand and fine and pleasant, whereas you look like you've robbed C&A in an hurry. Now, be about your business.
Good, well, after you finish squabbling, let's go back to Girls Aloud and see if that's the correct answer.
A whale.
And I believe they did that in the 17th take, didn't they?
You're absolutely right. It was the whale coming up the Thames.
I was surprised that people didn't get quite as emotional about when Jade Goody didn't quite finish the marathon, which in many ways was a similar event.
Story, John.
Yeah.
Similar story. Vast creature, staggering through its final moments.
OK, what were Pete Burns and George Galloway trying to convey? Any ideas? OK,
Well,
go on.
I love Celebrity Big Brother, so I watched it all. And I remember, because it was very, very moving, because they were representing the disappointment of losing a puppy and calling its name and it not coming back.
That is exactly the right... How would you remember that?
Because I love Celebrity Big Brother.
We remember it as well because we loved it, and we thought it was bewilderment they were meant to be expressing.
It was bewilderment.
Yes! Yes!
Call yourself a fan.
I'll tell you how I know that. Because in my house, we Sky Plus that episode, and that one we put the blue button on, never to be deleted. And there's none of your work never to be deleted.
Jonathan, you've
All
lost
your
our
work,
attention.
all your
Well,
work, never to be
unlike
deleted.
your work,
Only
it's
that.
available on DVD.
Some of us do well enough out of their earnings not to have to shill the public with third-rate, shoddy Christmas packages of a live tour of old material.
Now, Russell, you present the Big Brother show. I imagine you got this right. What did you get?
Yes, I've got it correct. It was an emotion evoked by a dog.
Well, I'll tell you what, you can all have a point for that. You all got it right. Incredibly. Well done. OK. Yeah. OK. What sport did Shelley Rudman win silver for? What did you all think?
Is it
Cat
K
said
something?
it's K something.
We
beginning
thought
with
it
K.
was called the skeleton.
Skeleton.
Something like the skeleton.
Skeleton.
She was the only person to win a gold medal at
The
the Winter
only
Olympics.
British
Yeah,
medal.
she got silver.
Well, congratulations, well done. That's more than
Hold
you
it, is
got.
that a new word? Congrats, well done. Well, congrats, well done, kids.
People will probably be shouting that at me in the street tomorrow, right?
Congrats, well done.
Congratulations, well done, you wanker.
And Noel and Russell, you've gone for...
We wrote tea tray and then in brackets, futuristic. I don't really know why.
Well, I'll give you a point for skeleton. The correct answer is Bob Skeleton.
That's a character. If we were to write, say, like a new series involving an indie detective called Bob Skeleton, it could be played by Noel really well, couldn't it? Hi, Bob Skeleton. Congrats, you're well done.
That'd be quite good. I mean,
Bob Skeleton's a good
there's
name.
been no goth detectives. We could play a sort of gothic Starsky and Hutch.
What mysteries would you investigate?
Listen, you just give us 48 hours and we'll get the job done if we weren't so bloody miserable.
It'd be great. We'd come out of our coffins in the beginning. It'd be amazing. Coffins slide open and we run. Well, we don't run out. Goths don't run. We'd walk slowly.
Meander.
See our shadows across the alleyway as we sort of slowly solve crime.
I would genuinely watch that. Well, I don't know how you're doing at home, but let's have a look and see how our panellists' scores are shaping up. Kat and Jonathan have 5 points.
Come on.
David and Rob have 6. Noel and Russell have 3. OK, we're going to take a short break now. See you in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of the Year. And as the Chantel of March latches tenaciously onto the Preston of April, let's remind ourselves of some of the stories that dominated the news this spring. Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes had a child. She allegedly had to stay silent throughout the birth. Mind you, living with Tom Cruise, she's had to stay silent about a lot of things. The tabloids describe Premiership footballers performing oral sex on each other as a prank. Other famous pranksters include Liberace, Graham Norton and the gay one out of Westlife. Well, I'm sure it's all coming back to you now, so let's have some questions. Right, round two. A clinical trial went tragically wrong. In the horrific aftermath, what did the girlfriend of one of the volunteers say her stricken boyfriend looked like?
I don't understand what just happened. You were telling some lovely jokes, and then suddenly Noel and I were put under inconceivable pressure. What have we done?
OK, next question. In March, Isaac Hayes quit his role as chef in South Park in anger over an episode entitled Trapped in a Closet, which mocked his fellow Scientologist friend Tom Cruise. The episode also parodied and took its title from the remarkable hip-hopera by which R&B star?
Oh.
Yes.
So which R&B star?
Oh.
I know, it's amazing.
I know it.
Well, write it down.
I know it.
What?
Tell your dad and then write it down. It's the hip-hop. It's the hip-hop, Grandad. The hip-hoppy. Not the hip-hop, the hip-hop.
Jonathan, I take no pleasure in this, but fuck off.
OK. Have a look at this quote from The Sun's editorial column. Having dumped an alcoholic, shunned a rent boy botherer and rejected a liar, they settle for a man who looks ready to retire. What were they talking about?
Don't blurt it out.
I know it.
Don't blurt it out.
I know it. I've just got it.
Say nothing. Say nothing. Say nothing.
All right, next question. Rock legend Keith Richards was hospitalised after a bizarre accident. What was it?
I know what it is. Shut up. I know. You don't have to tell me. I know it.
We're working as a team.
I know the answer. I don't need to know it from you.
Well, write it down.
I can't write it down. You're leering over me as if I'm a model. I don't want to go to your bed. Now stop it.
Can I just say, Kat and Jonathan, you're being very good this round. Well done.
Kat's very keen to win. She's very, very... underneath that glossy, and let's face it, primped and pampered and, yes, waxed exterior, there's a fearfully ambitious young woman who wants to take home the prize tonight.
The big silver trophy and the £500,000. That is still on, right?
Sorry, you lost me at waxed.
Right.
I'm still very much there.
Okay.
That would be in the porn version of Joey Maguire, wouldn't it? You had me at wax.
Show me the money shot.
That was Jonathan.
Very good. OK, next question. If you've seen the Big Fat Quiz of the Year before, you might remember the children of Mitchell Brook Primary School in Neasden, who shunned the traditional nativity play in favour of a more topical subject matter. What news event are they acting out here?
I am here at the big film premiere and Hero of the Stars. Do you think this film will be popular? Yes, because lots of people read the book. This man who wrote the book. Hello. But it's just like our book. We are very cross. Is he a copycat? No.
Mitchell Brook Primary School there. The question is, what news event are they talking about?
Can we go through the answers? Because I'm pretty confident it's another full house for us.
Oh, by the way,
let's
ever since you swam the Red Sea, you've become so smug.
Sorry, you'd like me to call you a lady?
She thinks that's his catchphrase. She's big in America. She doesn't care about a little Dick Emery show.
OK, I asked you, how was one of the clinical trial victims described by his girlfriend? What you will get?
Elephant Man.
Jimmy Carr.
No, then we put Elephant Man because we do actually want the points.
Now, what we've done there is we've put Jimmy Carr, Elephant Man. It's like we're telling you the answer. We're going...
Well done, Rob. All right.
Give it to him.
Hang... What?
Well, what happened here, Jimmy? Jimmy, you have offended us, thus we have decided to subvert your quiz. Oddly, Noel did give the correct answer, the Elephant Man, but in a boy who cried wolf scenario, I thought he's being daft. From now on, I'm just going to steward this young man for a difficult quiz.
I'll tell you the answer. OK. She described him as looking like the Elephant Man, although Wayne Rooney's girlfriend, Colleen, described him as quite a catch. OK, next question. Who wrote the original Trapped in the Closet? What did you have?
We went with R. Kelly.
We had R. Kelly as well.
You got it right as well, R. Kelly?
Yeah.
Do you want to have a look?
Yeah.
Let's have a little look.
Yeah, let's have a look at it.
Then he walks over to the refrigerator and pushes it back. And then he looks her in her face, looks like she's about to have a heart attack. Then he notices the pie on the counter, one slice is missing. Now the story's getting scary, cause he comes to realize that Bridget is allergic to cherries. And then he says, move. She says, no. He says, move. She says, no. Bitch, move. She moves. And then he looks at the cabinet. He walks to the cabinet. Get close to the cabinet. Now he's opening the cabinet. Now pause the movie, cause what I'm about to say to y'all is so damn twisted. Not only is there a man in his cabinet, but the man is a midget.
Incredible. The amazing thing about it is he's absolutely genuine. He's taking that totally seriously. It goes on for
I find
hours.
it both moving and powerful. That's what I want from an opera.
I don't think there was a midget in there because that's where the bin goes underneath there. There's no room in there.
OK. What were the Sun talking about when they said, having dumped an alcoholic, shunned a rent boy botherer and rejected a liar, they settled for a man who looks ready to retire? What did you all have?
We had the Liberal Democrat Leadership Challenge.
Yeah, it was the Lib Dem leadership. What did you put?
Well, we put the process of selection for this quiz.
I'm afraid I can't give you a point for that.
Oh, we're being victimised here.
It was very funny, though. We all laughed and we liked it.
In a way, that's reward enough.
OK.
We've lost our pen now.
No, that pen was holding us back. You see, it's crippling us.
It's gone in the gap.
Oh, there's a gap. It says on the tube, mind the gap. I've always ignored it. Now the gap's bit back. You get it.
God bless the Goths. OK. OK, this is your specialist subject. Why was Keith Richards hospitalised?
We know this one.
We know it, and also there's an illustration. So if that doesn't get us bonus points, Jimmy,
There are bonus
gerrymandering.
You've all got it right. Keith Richards fell out of a coconut tree.
Yes. Was he even in a tree, though? I think someone... He's an old fella. He fell asleep in a hammock. Someone, for a joke, lifted him up and dropped him.
It's an awful joke.
It was Ronnie, wasn't it?
Ronnie Wood and Mick Jagger lifted him up and dropped him
They
from a
tried to
nearby
catapult
branch. Right? And then when he woke up, he said, "What happened, man? What happened? Where?" And they went, "Yeah, this is Jagger. Well, man, yeah, you up a tree looking for..." "Oh, what's that, man?" He went, "Yeah." Ronnie Wood went, "Yeah, that's what you were doing, this jam." He went, "I'm not drinking." That's Jagger. And then Keith Richards, "I better go to the hospital then." And then Jagger went, "Yeah, I'm going out." And then they went on tour and they met one street and he went, "Yeah, what's going on? What's up? I heard something happened to Keith." And he went, "Yeah, who's over there?" Michael Jackson went, "Oh, yeah, what happened to Keith?" And they all just went on that for about an hour.
This is one of the nation's finest entertainer, Jonathan Ross, there.
Mike Yarwood's back, eh? And this is me.
OK. Which story were Mitchellbrook Primary School acting out? What have you got?
Kat got this straight away.
To Da Vinci Code, Dan Brown.
I think to get the point, you really do need to use the word plagiarism.
We've put it on there. Look above there. Look, it says plagiarist claim, Dan Brown.
All right, fine.
And these two boys have just written Da Vinci.
Well, they can't win on
can't-
Da Vinci.
you can't give them
You
that.
can't give them that.
Why not?
Because it's a plagiarism case and that's the whole point of it.
Yeah,
I
but
think
he
I
knew
can,
what we
because-
meant.
No, it
Jimmy,
could have
please help us.
I don't think you can mark the kids in special needs in the same way as you mark the other children. I don't think that would be fair either, so I'm going to give them a point for that. They've done very well.
Are they getting the bonus point?
No, there's no bonus point for the tree.
Hey, Jimmy,
Because I'll walk if they get the bonus point.
Please give them the bonus point.
You're not gelling as a team, you two.
Jimmy, if this
You
was
shan't be allowed to sit together next year.
Could you stop putting your arm in front of my face? The whole bloody show like this.
Jimmy, Russell's met Keith, and he told him in person what happened, so we should get a bonus point for that.
Go on, what did he tell you?
He said the best way to express what happened to me is through some sort of drawing.
That's a coconut at the end, or it could be Keith's skull being x-rayed, and that is...
The tree within the centre of the drawing. It's very accurate.
See the draw. I can't...
Oh, yeah, it's definitely there. Have a look.
This is rubbish! It's not even artistic! That's the tree! You can't get a point for that! David, no!
I don't even feel like a teacher now.
Quickly! I got confused from swim across something! Swim something! Suppress the homosexuality! Swim something!
Now, you're all to sit down. Let's have a quick look at your scores while you're getting yourselves comfortable. Kat and Jonathan have 10 points. David and Rob are in the lead with 11 points. Noel and Russell are holding up the rear with 6. And now it's time for the first of our special bonus questions. And to ask it, the King and Queen of the Jungle, Matt Willis and Mylene Klass. Look at that. Come on in. Oh, thank you very much. You? Hello, mate. You all right? What? Nice to see you. Look at that.
I've seen them on telly.
Can I just say something?
Yes, you may.
Mylene and I have something of a history.
Are you referring to the fact that we walked past each other this morning?
Yes. We did. In Soho, we walked past each other, and I went, well done. And she went, thanks, mate, and went by.
She thought you were a member of the public.
I know.
That's what she said.
We've got some guests. Let's stop quibbling and squabbling.
Get your arm down.
Let them speak!
Sit there. Then
I'm
you
not,
can do... No,
because
you
my
sit,
name is here.
Sit there.
I'm not, my name is here.
No,
I don't want people
having-
tuning in thinking I'm you.
Sit there. Down. Sit there.
Sit down.
Sit there.
Sit down.
Sit there.
Sit down.
Sit there.
Sit down.
Sit there.
Sit down.
Sit there.
Sit down.
Sit there.
Sit down.
Sit there.
Down. It's not funny anymore. Sit down.
Right, okay, calm, everyone. Right, let's ask you some questions. You've got congratulations, first of all.
Thank you very much.
On your victory in the jungle. You were the queen of the jungle. That's sort of a victory, isn't it? That counts. Many people were obsessed by your bikini. I was, of course, more interested in what was underneath. I see beyond that.
Thank you.
Can I ask, how many showers did you take a day?
Matt, what do you reckon?
See, I've heard all this, but actually she probably showered as much as us, but if you'd rather see... What would you rather see, Mylene or me or David Guest? So you'd probably show Mylene showering.
What, did you shower with David Guest?
Many a time.
Now, what was the most difficult thing about being in the jungle for you?
We enjoyed it, really. You hate the flies. I think,
What, you like flies, do you? Our flies? Can't believe our luck.
Well, they all kind of ran around for some reason. They just kind of left me alone.
Right, now, you've got a question for our lovely panellists here.
Yes, we have.
We have.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Can I just ask, Jonathan, are you going to be trying to answer this question?
It's nice to see. We haven't seen much of you. That's nice. But we will try and answer.
Okay. Right, we're going to show you 3 clips from Matt's amazing bush tucker trial.
And we'd like you to tell us which animal part I am eating in each one.
Oh.
Easy.
OK. Watch carefully, because you need to get all 3 of them in the right order in order to get the bonus point.
Oh!
OK, right, now, have you all got your answers written down?
Yes.
Let's have a look and see what they put. OK, you've got... OK, Kat and Jonathan had anus, cock and balls. David Williams and Rob Brydon went for penis, testicles, anus. And Noel Fielding and Russell Brand, what have you gone for?
Wine gums, envy.
And then we finished that off with pieces of rainbow.
That's brilliant. I love that.
Let's have a check. Let's have a look.
We've got crocodile eyes, a kangaroo anus, a crocodile's penis, you'll be relieved to hear you don't have to eat the whole thing. You just have to bite it off at the base.
Now, when you came home, did your girlfriend say, I don't want to kiss you for a while?
Well, I mean, even all of my mates, I walk down my local pub and they've all got pictures of me on their T-shirts with butt munch round underneath, which is they find very amusing.
Yeah. Of course, they've had those for years. Well, thank you so much for entertaining us in the jungle. Thanks very much for coming on. Round of applause, Matt and Mylene, everyone. Thank you so much. Now, how much do you remember about the music of 2006? I'm about to put you in the capable hands of a man who's busted more rhymes than Jay-Z. It's Channel 4 News' Jon Snow with some special news reports based on the lyrics of this year's biggest hits. Which song is Jon talking about here?
10 years after conducting a controversial study into the depths of people's love, 4 researchers from Manchester have come out of retirement to answer a new question. Just how do we recover from a broken heart? The answer: simply by waiting. Understandably, the claim has been dismissed by some sceptics, including Stoke-based practitioner Dr. Robert Williams. The group, however, were adamant that emotional scars would definitely be healed by a combination of perseverance and time.
Jon Snow in Area 1 time. But what was he referring? What song was he referring to? Get it down? You're written it down?
Yes.
OK, do you know the answer?
Yes.
What is the answer then,
Take
David?
that, Patience.
Sing us a little bit of it.
No, the only bit I know is I.
Like you very much. We put down patience, but we didn't know whether it was patience like I'm patient and waiting, or patience like they've just come out of hospital.
Machine's broken.
This has turned against us.
Did you know the answer?
Dab hasn't broken.
Yes.
If you keep pulling it like that, it will break.
Strike whatever they've got and let's give them another go.
Don't let them do it now, because we've already said what the right answer is.
It's about the pop charts. Of course they'll fucking know. Look at them.
They don't know real music. They've probably done a picture or something. We have done a picture.
OK, Nolan Russell, you've gone for Jon Snow ruins news. Let's hear a little bit of Take That.
Just try.
That's great to see.
Oh, Jimmy.
You were so like middle management.
That's really scary when you
Oh,
do
but
that.
lovely.
I like it. They are lovely, aren't they?
Back for Good is one of the best songs of the 90s, OK?
Your
And if anyone says that it isn't, I'm walking.
Somebody, please. All I'm saying is... Back to Jon Snow for another new-style pop lyric.
A lifetime observer of the United States has revealed that the country has exhibited an unrelenting pattern of mayhem and conflict. The commentator also drew attention to a media blackout this morning, with nothing on the TV and nothing on the radio, apparently that we can believe in. In a statement that acknowledged the civil upheaval, a White House spokesman commented, there is unrest in the USA.
Of course. What song was he talking about there? David Williams seems to have the answer. You've got your keen little hand up.
Razorlight America.
Why don't you shout it out so everyone can get it?
I thought that was you saying that's what... I thought you wanted the answer!
You hadn't worked out how it's worked yet?
No, because you said what is the answer? They didn't have it and they've written it down now!
OK, what have you all got? Razorlight America. David and Rob got that right.
We were right in Kate Bush running up that hill, because we went, I thought we said, and then we guessed correctly Razorlight America.
What have you gone for, Norman Russell?
Look, we've had a drawing of Jon Snow.
And you've gone for...
And then we wrote, I have learned.
Why is Jon Snow doing this? Where's the proper news?
Well, let's hear a little bit of Razorlight.
Watching America all my life.
Let's check in on the scores. Kat and Jonathan have 12 points. David and Rob are in the lead with 13. Yes. Noel and Russell are holding up the rear once again with 6. Join me after the break when, if you've forgotten, we'll be finding out if England won the World Cup. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of the Year 2006. It's looking distinctly sunny outside, so as the receding hairline of May becomes the unconvincing comb-over of June, let's remind ourselves of what go on. Fathers for Justice protesters stormed the National Lottery show. The plan was to surround Eamon Holmes, but there were only 8 of them. Can you stop throwing sweets during
Can
my...
I say I didn't throw any? It was Russell Brand praying for Jennifer Hall. OK? Who's the only... Ow! Right.
That actually really hurt. No, because that actually really hurt, and I could have been blinded. I could have been blinded by Equality Street.
Cat Dealey, kiss it better. Kiss it better. Go on, kiss it better.
He's still doing it. And he's going to throw that one at me.
He's just trying to get a kiss.
Oh.
Could you just throw one at my nuts? I'm getting behind this.
Me and Russell will kiss a testicle each if you want.
They're too small. You won't be able to get in at the same time.
We could pull them quite taut like that. Then it'll be like Lady and the Tramp. We'll go...
All right, let's do it. No, stop it, you. You saucy minx, you. We've all had a laugh. Let's get back to the jokes, ladies and gentlemen. Each country came up with a slogan for the World Cup. England's was 1 nation, 1 trophy, 11 lions. Now, I've checked and we're not allowed to play 11 lions, but if we had, we would have definitely won. Germany's slogan was for Germany, through Germany, or through Poland, if history is anything to go by. My favourite was Spain's 1 nation, 1 goal. 1 goal? Make an effort, Spain. Right, are you all ready for some questions?
Yes. Yes.
Of course you are.
Bring them on.
Have a look at this clip. What are these people celebrating?
I can't believe this. This is so amazing.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in sleep.
It's unbelievable. It's one in a lifetime.
Ei se mitään, vaikkei tullut kultaajia!
Yes, the mighty Boosh announced tour dates in Europe. The crowd go wild.
Now, can we have a clue?
Yes, you can.
No. He said yes, he's in charge, not you.
Let's ask the disadvantaged children. Do you think they should have a clue?
I think, yeah, let them have a clue. Just let's be nice to one another. Always.
Yeah, he says that, and then you're pregnant. OK, next question. The Queen celebrated her 80th birthday, but while greeting the crowds from the palace balcony, the royal family momentarily lost their composure. What was said to have given them the giggles?
I'm confused. Because I don't think that was Greek. We were just chatting about our lives.
We've got a lot in common, I think, you know.
We're stuck together with hairspray.
Write something down, Russell and Noel. Have a bit of a guess. OK. Third question. What feature guaranteed Niles Barkley's single, Crazy, a place in musical history? They are genuinely discussing where to buy jeans in Camden Lock. Nothing to do with anything.
What we were saying was that man's called Danger Mouse, isn't he? But his real name is Brian. I just thought that was quite funny. So you went, Brian's a bit of shit, I'll change it to Danger Mouse.
It would be difficult to think how that nickname could arrive naturally, unless you had the qualities of a mouse and were constantly in danger. Then people would go, we may just as well call you Danger Mouse. Circumstance dictates.
OK. This year's book charts were dominated by the autobiographies of some of our most beloved young reality TV chavs. But which one was the author of the following extract, presented here as is only fitting, by Sir Ian McKellen?
Chapter 6. Do you think the camera saw us? The thing I've never lived down is stripping off to my la-la, or Lulu. I call it both names, depending on my mood. We were all playing a drinking game, where you had to say a celeb's name, and then the next person had to start the next celeb's name with the first initial of the previous one, surname, or something like that. Anyhow. Whatever the rules were, I didn't understand them properly, hence I ended up starkers. Like a donut, I got everything wrong and had to pay the penalty. I split my best pair of white jeans when I was in the house. Forget the nakedness. I think that was my most embarrassing moment ever. I ripped a pair of trousers at the bum crack on national television. Ripped right down the arse, too. I just thought, oh, my God, these are my nicest trousers from French Connection. I love these trousers. And now I've ripped them.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sir Ian McKellen. I tell you what, he's got some incredible voice, hasn't he? Even he brings a bit of dignity to that. OK, so whose autobiography was that from?
I love hearing Gandalf saying, I ripped my best white jeans from French Connection. Now take the ring and destroy it.
Of course, the news this summer was dominated by the World Cup. Let's remind ourselves of the ups and downs of Germany 2006. OK, here's the question. Beckham's boys were not the only Brits to leave the party early. Prominent referee Graham Poll was sent home in disgrace. Why?
I know it.
I don't know it. Because it's about football. I don't know.
I know it.
You don't know it. Look at these two.
You like football. You like football, Russell, because you support a football team.
I'm actually quite good at football.
What football team do you support?
I support West Ham United, David. And, this is an happy occasion. Let's look beyond the divisions of football teams and look at the unifying force within us all.
I think
sex.
No,
Can I just say we finished our answers quite a long time ago? And we're kind of ready to move on with the next round.
You can say that, but it won't make you very likeable. People are loving these guys coming from behind. They're going to come back and win. You'll see.
They're not going to win.
I've got faith in Noel and Russell. They know loads of stuff.
We do. We will persevere. We'll just press on, shan't we, Noel?
Yeah.
Come on, then. Now, what does this do?
It goes in the hole.
Well, pop it in, then, and hopefully we'll get a prize.
Not the first time he said that.
Jimmy!
OK. Right, OK, time up. First one. What were all those Finnish people celebrating? What have you written? Jonathan,
winning the Eurovision.
It was Lordi winning the Eurovision for Finland.
OK, what have you got, David and Rob?
Lordi winning Eurovision.
What have you actually written?
That's Welsh for Lordi winning Eurovision.
OK, we got an answer wrong, OK?
What did you actually
put? We're big enough to admit that.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know, because I thought it could be something to do with the football thing that was happening. And I thought it may be that Sweden had scored a goal. And that they were celebrating that. OK, I got it wrong. I'm big enough to admit that.
Well, let's move to Noel and Russell.
We put the new cheese shipment.
All right, well, you got it right. It was, of course, the celebrations after Lordi won the Eurovision Song Contest. Let's see them in action.
Hard rock, hallelujah!
The winners of the 51st Eurovision Song Contest, Finland!
Look at his flowers. Oh.
It's Lordi there, the winners of the Eurovision Song Contest. They modelled themselves on Bucks Fizz as they look now. What made the Royals lose their composure? Let's see your answers.
Prince Philip farting.
This is the one
We went for the polite royal use of the word made wind.
Made wind. What did you go for, guys?
Actually, we put constant mouse peril. But this gimme was a reference to a later question.
Can I say?
In a way, we've been incredibly perspicacious, and like Nostradamus before us, we ought to be rewarded.
Can I say, you can put a line through those answers now, because they're all wrong, because you put them in the wrong boxes. So just put a line through them, OK? This round you got no points, OK?
But we do know someone did a guff in there, and they all laughed.
Yeah, but that's too late, because we've already said that.
It's very cynical of you, David, to assume that Noel and I would cheat when we've been naught but gentlemen since we arrived here today.
If you want another clue, you can whistle for it.
He didn't get a clue. There was no clue.
OK, so you put Prince Philip made wind. You've got Prince Philip farted. Yeah. That's absolutely right. We've got some photos to demonstrate that. Have a look at this. That's the first photo there. There's a smirk. Second one. He smelt it. Oh, he's gone.
I'll tell you what I love about that is, like, the one who moves the least is the Queen, because she's received that so many times. She's been on the end of a royal duvet wafting more than once, hasn't she? And Charles has perked up because he thinks it's some organic sausages have been opened up.
I like the way that Princess Anne's come as a pirate. My mum's 80, I'm a pirate. OK, next one. How did Crazy get into the record books? What have you come up with?
Kat knew this.
It's the first #1 from downloads. From the download chart.
We knew that too. From downloads. That's the correct answer. Kat Deely, Jonathan Ross, David Williams, Rob Brydon. You all get points. Right, yeah. These boys don't get a point, but well done. It's a lovely little picture.
I think you should give them a point.
Come on, let's hanker down. Which literary masterpiece was Sir Ian reading from? Your answers?
Well, I thought probably Jade's autobiography. Kat said she hasn't read anything so low rent, and she thought maybe it was Stephen Hawking's book.
I thought he was a big shopper at French Connection.
We think it's Jade Goody.
It's definitely Jade Goody.
We put
Jade as well.
Noel and Russell.
We put, he's simply expressing his own views.
Right, the reason we know that is because he never once glanced down at the book.
No. Right, let's go back to Serene for the correct answer.
That was an extract from the memoirs of Jade Goody, off of Big Brother.
That's pretty classy, isn't it? Off of Big Brother. OK. Why was Graham Poll sent home early? What did you think?
Well, he made one of the biggest misdemeanours in refereeing history. He gave 2 yellow cards. And, of course, really, that should be... Once you've got a yellow, you get another one, that's a red, you're off. So the player stayed on when he should have gone off. And this is unprecedented in the history of refereeing.
Incorrect.
3 yellow cards instead of a red.
Kat got it right. Kat knew it, and Kat said 3 yellow cards.
Kat Deely got it right. More impressive than that. The fancy lady men.
This is question 5, which is blank. Therefore, no point. Ow! It hurts here and here now.
I'm not going to kiss it, David.
At the risk of David Williams walking, you definitely get the point. Well done. Congratulations, boys. Yes, it was, of course, the referee, Graham Poll, was sent home because he gave 3 yellow cards to 1 player in 1 match, which is a disgraceful thing to do. I've never heard the like. Right, and how are the scores looking at this point? Kat Deely and Jonathan Ross have 17. David Williams and Rob Brydon have 16. Oh, Noel and Russell have an impressive 7. Now, for our next bonus round, I've got a special guest coming on who was in the news this year. You can only ask him yes or no questions, and all you have to do is tell me who he is. So will you please welcome our mystery guest? Hello, sir.
Hey there.
Now, don't say your name, obviously. That'd be crazy.
All right.
Very nice to have you here. You're a fine figure of man. Panellists, you're allowed to ask him yes or no questions.
Are you a man?
Are you Jimmy Carr's father?
No.
Do you buy your suits at the same shop?
No.
Do you like ice cream?
Someday.
Excuse me?
No, when we said you could ask them questions, do you like ice cream? You're not trying to make friends. You're trying to work out who he is. And even if you were trying to make friends, do you like ice cream is a little bit retarded.
Yeah, but I know some people who don't, so it was the process of elimination.
Jimmy, we saw this man in the corridor earlier. He's the man from the corridor.
Yeah.
And I love him. Thank you very much. He's in the corridor.
Have you all guessed?
We've guessed.
You've got a good idea who this man is?
Yeah, we know.
OK. Let's have a look at the answers. Kat Deely and Jonathan Ross, what did you go for?
Well, I've got to be honest with you, we do have a slight unfair advantage here because this gentleman came on my show. You put down Guy Goma, who was the man... You were working as a driver, weren't you, sir, I believe? And you got dragged into an interview on Apples and the impact of downloading on iPods and sort of hacking on, was it BBC News 24?
Exactly.
Yeah. So, hold on a second, David. Did I get that wrong?
No, because I'd heard you'd gone for a job interview and you went on News 24 by accident. Is that correct, sir?
Correct.
Correct.
Well, hold on.
You were wrong.
What is the truth?
You can't handle this.
What is the truth?
Don't worry about this, that nonsense about Apple Mac. That was rhubarb. What we need to establish is, was that you in the corridor? We saw you. We instantly thought you were the kind of fella who might like a bit of a cuddle. Once we'd established that, it was on with the quiz. Our primary goal in life is to win this quiz, a goal we are sure we can achieve.
Let's have a look at you in action.
So what does this all mean for the industry and the growth of music online? Well, Guy Cuny is the editor of the technology website News Wireless. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Were you surprised by this verdict today?
I'm very surprised to see this verdict to come on me, because I was not expecting that. When I came, they told me something else, and I'm coming. You got an interview there, so it's a big surprise. Isn't it?
A big surprise.
Yes. You were very surprised.
Very surprised when I was there.
When did you realise? Because it looks like you only just realised when you were sat in there, you thought, well, this is a job interview with cameras. Can we have a look at that moment again, just when he realises? OK. Oh. And then the lip goes. Oh. It's fantastic. It's amazing. Now, I read in the papers that there's plans to make a Hollywood film of your life. Is that true?
Is it true? They're making... they're going to have a movie maybe next year.
Can Noel and I play ourselves in the corridor scene?
Well, thank you so much for coming in, ladies and gentlemen. Guy Goma. Thank you. Right, well, it's time for us to take another quick break. See you in a minute.
Hello, and welcome back to the big quiz of the year 2006.
I'm sorry about that. Let me just remind you about July and August. No, he's not doing the gags. Fuck off.
Jimmy, I'm sorry, but he was better than you.
Guy had something.
He had a warmth and compassion that Jimmy lacks.
He had an offbeat delivery. I loved it. I liked Guy.
I miss Guy.
Yeah.
Where's Guy?
He's got a lovely little face.
He was really smiley and friendly. We felt warmed by him.
He had a vibe. I'd call it a vibe.
Did you think he was...
Why have you usurped Guy?
Bring back Guy. Bring back Guy.
Guy.
Oh, you can all fuck off. Lou's just in. Sorry about that. Let's talk about July and August. Big Brother's Nikki confessed that she used to be an escort. It was £50 for a blowjob, 100 for straight sex, and £1,000 to get her to shut the fuck up. And Conservative Party leader David Cameron suggested we hug a hoodie. Why stop there? Tickle a rapist, wank off a mugger. OK, on to the questions.
Yes, we're ready.
Don't want to play with you anymore after you were so mean to me.
I was the
Check that
nicest to you. People hate you. You've got to get used to that.
OK, in this picture, why has Sienna Miller swapped her Prada for a plastic bag? Write down your answer.
Yeah.
I can't help wondering how Guy would have phrased that question.
He'd have ended it with a big smile and we'd all have felt included in the mirth.
And the great thing with Guy, you don't see him popping up on every other bloody show.
Yeah, he does a lot of voiceover work, though, doesn't he, Rob?
So shoot me. Squirt for squirt, Fairy cleans more dishes than any other liquid. Too late for a comeback, thank you.
Guy would have had a zinger ready.
OK. What on earth was Peter Sissons discussing when he said this?
Stop doing this shit.
I can tell you what he was discussing. He was being picked on when people said Guy Goma was better than him. For this question, I want you to take a look at this picture and say what you see to find the news story, OK? I'll give you an example first. Have a look at this. Can you work out what that is? It's just an example question.
Cat Dealey? Cat Dealer?
Cat Dealey, yeah?
Swallows. E. Bum bum flag.
Not bum bum flag. Cracks America. Cat Dealey cracks America.
So beautifully, thank you very much.
You might want to get that made into a T-shirt.
Now, here is your question. Have a look at this. Say what you see. Couldn't be easier. Don't shout out if you know it. No, Russell?
Yes.
Quick, write something.
OK. Statue.
I think I know this one.
Worked out. Ladies and gentlemen, don't shout out if you know. Have you got that?
Yes, we've got it.
And for our next question, it's over to rock goddess Courtney Love.
Hello, Jimmy. Which big British organisation decided this year that size really does matter?
British organisation, so size.
Which organisation decided size mattered?
Well, that's quite
Can we have just a little clue for everyone?
Noel and I are very confident that we know the answer. Very confident. Yeah. Almost complacent. Arrogant, even.
Could we have a clue? And could
Let
it
me
be
just
read
show the
by
producer.
Guy?
It's a big official organisation in the UK. Huge organisation. There's one in every town, city and village in the country. They're all over the place.
Oh, yes. Cat's got it.
Cat's got it. OK. Which star hit the headlines after enjoying a romantic night out with this pouting 58-year-old van driver?
This is the easiest round yet.
I like his stance. The one hand on one leg with this, like hip.
OK, let's find out how you did. OK, why did Sienna Miller have all her stuff in a plastic bag? What have you got? Jonathan
Airport security, because you can only take so much through with you in hand
Airport
luggage.
security is a succinct and correct answer. David and Rob, what did you have?
Airport security measures, in brackets, new.
Not as succinct, but still correct. OK, what did you have, Noel and Russell?
We wrote red orb contained within.
If you look at the photo, it's very clearly a red orb.
It was, of course, because of the restrictions imposed after police foiled an air terror plot involving liquids in hand luggage.
Yeah.
Luggage? I'll do that again without saying luggage. Guy Goma would have done it brilliantly. Fuck you. OK. Why did Peter Sissons say a bad word?
We think he was quoting President Bush in that over-recorded conversation between Bush and Blair when he
Talking
was...
about Syria, and he was talking to Tony Blair, and from our point of view, being British people, the bad thing was he was kind of talking down to Blair.
I'm sorry to be smirking through this, but I've just skipped ahead to Noel and Russell's answer. Which was?
He is angry. He's expressing this anger through saying some words. That is his right as a man.
We're going to get the pen confiscated in a minute.
The saddest thing about this is I know you're doing your best.
Jimmy, this is a difficult situation. Go and ask Guy what you should do.
The guy's left now, he's doing 8 out of 10 cats next door.
Oh, thank you. Judas! Hang on, Guy wouldn't have shouted Judas at the audience. OK. Why did Peter Sissons say a bad word? Yes, he was discussing the moment at the G8 summit when George Bush was caught off guard with his microphone on while regaling Tony Blair with these brilliantly complex insights into foreign policy. Have a look.
President Bush, meanwhile, has been caught on microphone using an expletive as he discussed Hezbollah's rocket attacks on Israel.
See, the irony is that what they need to do is get Syria to get Hezbollah to stop doing this shit, and it's over.
Yeah.
But you know what is wrong there? You don't need to hear him say it again. They've got the footage when he didn't have
really
to.
Enjoy it,
He said, no, I think I should repeat it just in case people didn't hear it. I bet he was practising all night at home going, yeah, I'm going to say shit on the news. Big moment.
OK. Number 3 was our Say What You See question. What did you all get?
This is about the man sitting next to me.
David, did you get this?
I did get it, yeah.
What was it?
David Williams crosses channel.
David Williams, Rob Brydon, you get a point there. Well done.
We put David Bricks 2 Liam's Graveyard 4, which is, I think, an equally valid answer if you actually to interpret the rules of the game correctly, as opposed to just play favourites because he happened to get pushed over the channel by a boat and then pretend he swam it for charity. Like la-di-da Gunner Graham going over like that.
All right, what did you get, Noel and Russell?
Well, we put D. Williams tricks a nation into believing he ain't gay by swimming across a channel.
Oh, listen to that.
Well, you definitely get a point for that. Well done.
Yay.
This is... well, of course it's true. That's right. Our very own David Williams swam the channel for comic relief in an amazing 10 and a half hours. David Williams, everyone. Have you noticed the goth's entirely unimpressed? Yeah, you think that's a challenge? Squeeze into those jeans. Right, OK, next question. Who decided that size really does matter? Any ideas?
The BNP.
Against tall people. BNP could say, right, we're going to include our hate against the tall, or maybe people what go like that sometimes. Get them out.
We didn't really think this one through. We panicked.
OK, David Williams, Rob Brydon?
The answer you're looking for is the Royal Mail, who introduced new measures with regards to envelopes, jiffy bags, that sort of thing. The thickness and the size of the envelope now comes to bear, not just the weight of it.
Wow.
You're a very good boy, is what you are, Rob Brydon. What did you get?
We forgot the phrase for Royal Mail. We put British Post Office. Actually, when you say it a few times, that sounds better. The British Post... Not Royal Mail. I'm going to the British Post Office and proud of us to post some British letters to other British people. And we said...
That sounds like a BNP thing now. Let's go back to Courtney Love for the answer.
The answer was the Royal Mail, who started taking size as well as weight into account for the cost of sending a letter. And it's all explained in this wonderfully easy-to-read booklet, which explains... I'm not quite sure what it explains.
Pretty much what I said. Pretty much what I said.
Well, you get a point, you get a point.
No. What organisation? The Royal Mail. Not the British Post Office.
Also
that
known
does
as the
not
British
exist.
Post Office.
Yes.
Kat, do you want a point?
Yes, please.
You shall have a point.
Thank you.
A point for us is a point against racism. In a way.
Jimmy, I've been bitten by something, possibly a scorpion or something.
It's probably just some sort of pubic louse off Russell. Jimmy. I'm just saying, in all probability, that is what it is. Have you had your hand down there?
That's wrong.
Only for the first couple of rounds.
Right, final one. Who was wooing the hot van driver? Answers, please.
We put George Wham.
Couldn't remember his second name. I'll give you a point for that.
Yeah,
You're on
but
the right line.
also we were going to write Hampstead to get an extra point, and I only managed to get Ham written down. And the pen stopped working, so
it says
George Wham Ham.
Do you think he said when he finished, wham, ham, thank you, man?
David and Rob, you look depressed.
Well, we're just not playing anymore because there are no rules. There are no
Don't be a
rules.
sore loser.
We're the only people here who've got 5 out of 5, OK?
All right, well done. Join in. Don't be pouting.
Nobody is joining in to the competition more than we are. You're not opting out like these or having a bloody gap year in the middle of it. and we're getting more answers right than Ross and Dealey.
Well, I'm sorry, but I think the scores beg to differ, Bryden.
Because this pale imitation of Guy is cocking it up.
OK, let's check in on scores. Kat Dealey and Jonathan Ross had 22 points. David Williams and Rob Brydon have 22 points.
Yeah. Well, we should have
Noel Fielding and Russell Brand have 9.
Close, it's so
OK, ladies and gentlemen, 2 treats in one for you now. Another bonus question, and to ask it, the one, the only, Boy George.
So you guys
God bless you for coming in.
Love your hair. Thanks. Oh, which who?
Both.
Thanks.
They're both good. Now, you got quite a lot of publicity
How was
this
Matt's
year.
wedding? All right.
It was very nice, thank you. It's great you weren't there.
It's like a panto now.
Bad atmosphere here now, and I want to go home.
Oh, it will be fine.
Right, come on, you're okay. Come
We're just worried. No, we're just worried in case there's a bad atmosphere, that's all. We thought we'd go under there because we could trust each other.
It's absolutely fine. Okay.
Plus, I thought we could alter the scoreboards with a spanner.
Oh, yeah, you'll definitely be able to figure that out. Let's concentrate on this. You got a bit of media attention this year because you had to pick up trash in New York City.
I was a cleaner for a week, yeah.
But you did it with a fair amount of dignity, I think.
I did, yes.
And do you know what you did? You know what happened as a result of that?
What?
Naomi Campbell was going to have to do the same thing, and then they let her off because you'd got such a hard time from the press.
Oh, bless her.
Now, you've got a question for
I
us.
have. Mel Gibson
Right.
was recently drunk and made a racist comment and insulted a female police officer. What did he call her?
OK, so he made a comment to a female police officer. What did he call her? It was reported in the press quite widely.
Can you use this expression?
No, I'm going to start.
Who do you want to win the quiz? Who do you think?
Jonathan.
Thank you, George.
Aww. Right, well, what have you got? Cat Dealey and Jonathan.
We've got, he said, what you looking at, sugar tits. Which is a great expression, isn't it?
OK, David and Rob. Sugar tits.
Sugar tits.
Entirely the right answer. Nolan Russell.
Well, actually, we did know the answer, but Noel and I believe it to be sexist. So we simply referred to a recent film he made, which I don't know, but I think it was called The Passion of the Christ, which was about a man...
Called Jesus.
I believe that was his name.
OK.
No,
George, what is the correct answer?
It was sugar tits.
Marvellous. Well, you two get the points. You get nothing, but thank you very much indeed, Boy George. Right, how much attention have you paid to this year's movies? Let's find out. OK, we've altered these stills from films just a little bit. I want you to tell me what film this is from. OK? What film was that originally from? My chin there looks like that rower's arse.
You do look good. You found your look.
OK, so what film was that? Let's have a look at your answers.
It was either you in an outtake from Confetti, or it
Relaxing,
was
upset.
you pretending to be the Queen.
Maybe in your trailer.
OK, the Queen is the correct answer from David and Rob. I'll give you a point for the Queen or Confetti. Could have been either. Jimmy was not in a film. This is a trick.
A trick that we've not fallen for, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Oh, you may as well try again.
It's not a difficult trick. Like, it's not a sorcerer's trick. It's just Photoshop.
Yeah.
I've got another one for you. Have a look at this. Tell me, what film is this from?
Can I have a print of that?
You certainly may.
That's just horrible. That's horrible. That's really horrible.
Like a dream I had.
It isn't?
Quickly write it down. Quickly.
OK, Noel and Russell, let's go to your answer first.
We think we've actually got one
OK,
right.
let's have a look.
Is it Kojak? But you're bald and he's the lollipop.
Yeah. Do you remember when Kojak came out? Remember when the film Kojak came out this year? Do you remember that? No, because he didn't come out this year, did it? Big Fat Quiz of 1977 might have had that question. What did you put, David Williams?
I think we got it right, and we said Snakes on the Plane.
We went with Snake. First of all, we thought Mission Impossible. We had no idea because you were bald. Then Superman, we thought you looked a bit like Lex Luthor. But that's really hard because, well, I've seen almost every movie released this year, and there's no film in which a bald man is on a plane holding another tinier man in his hand.
Well, I can tell you that the correct answer is Snakes on a Plane. My favourite thing about Snakes on a Plane was the fact we saw a poster for it. I was with my girlfriend Caroline, and we saw a poster for it. She went, Snakes on a Plane. She went, what's that about? Right, let's have a look at the scores. Kat and Jonathan have 25 points. David and Rob have 25 points. Noel and Russell are still on 9. Join me after the break when we'll discover how Richard Hammond rewrote the highway code this year to include the new instruction, mirror signal bed bath. Welcome back to the big fat quiz of the year. Think of it as a subtle way to test how Granny's Alzheimer's is progressing. Let's cast our minds back now to autumn. Madonna caused controversy by adopting a baby boy from Malawi. Already, Madonna's visit has passed into Malawian legend, specifically the legend of the scrawny witch who swoops down from the skies and takes children. Home Secretary John Reid has put limits on the number of Bulgarian and Romanian immigrants coming into the country. I don't know, these Bulgarians and Romanians, they come over here taking our jobs, said a Polish builder. Chris Tarrant split with his partner after having an affair. Who wants to be a millionaire? Sadly for Chris, his wife does. Right, you ready for some questions?
Yes.
Yeah.
OK, now it's back to the children of Mitchellbrook Primary School for another topical play. What new story are they acting out here?
Hello, everyone. I'm here to give you some money from my government. What's that for? Making lots of pukka food. Here's some lovely recipes. Here is some new food. Hello, children. Look, there's my mom. Who wants some greasy chips? Who wants some sweaty burgers?
OK, write down your answers. Moving on, for our next question, we're going to be joined by gorgeous Carol Vorderman for a very special countdown conundrum. Take a look at this.
Hello, Jimmy. I want to know if the panel can unscramble these 9 letters to reveal something that Anton Deck took the precaution of buying this month.
So you've got 30 seconds on this one, starting now. My countdown dance. OK, next question. In October, controversy raged over the wearing of full-face veils by Muslim women. But what I want you to tell me is what's the proper name for the full-face veil? Keep the casual racism to an absolute minimum. She's got beautiful eyes, hasn't she? What else are you meant to say? I'm just making conversation.
Quite a nice thing to say, though.
Yeah, she has got beautiful eyes.
It'd be great if we went out then it was sunny and you put on sunglasses as well. You wouldn't know where the fun was, would you?
What are you up to?
No, I'm just waiting for another question because I'm actually taking this seriously. I'm making jokes all the time.
Fair enough. OK. What did these 2 men sell for $1.68 billion in October?
October. Is that when there's conkers?
The fact that you've asked, is that when there's conkers, suggests maybe you're not going to get the right answer on this.
Don't be so sure, Jimmy. We may yet surprise you and not put conkers. Or we may.
I've put conkers.
The element of surprise has been removed. Conkers is what it shall say.
OK. Eyes down again, because Sir Ian McKellen has another literary treat for you. Whose biography is he reading from now? You'll enjoy this.
Chapter 16, Going Solo. Suddenly, everyone wanted me. One of the first things I was asked to do was present an award at the Brits. Brian and the lads weren't invited because they'd had a big fight with So Solid Crew at the awards company reserve. My appearance there got reported all over the papers because when I stood up on stage, I said I just farted. But I was jet-lagged and so nervous that I wasn't thinking straight. I'm always spontaneous and off the cuff, but that time it didn't work, and I regret it now.
OK. Sir Ian McKellen there. So whose autobiography was that from? Have you all got your answers down? Moving on. Another Say What You See now. OK, what does this say?
You think about that next one. I'll do this.
I like the way Noel's in a slight panic, like he hasn't revised for his exam. Oh, no, we missed one out. You can still pull this back, Noel.
We've got it. We've got it.
No.
OK, you all got that? Let's have a look at some answers, ladies and gentlemen. What news story were the adorable Mitchellbrook children depicting?
We think it was the story about schools, mothers taking fast food to schools that had gone on the Jamie Oliver healthy eating programme.
Okay. Kat and Jonathan, you've got a similar answer?
Yeah, and they were feeding them hamburgers through the fences.
Interesting answers. I'm intrigued by yours.
These children are corrupt. They are trying to mislead us. Why did that one at the beginning have money? And why is one pretending to be Jamie Oliver? For what reason?
And there was invisible food. I'm suspicious of the whole thing.
The whole thing stinks, Carl.
We got the detective agency back again.
We'll get to the bottom of this.
I can tell you,
skeleton.
You guys were absolutely right. It was the rebel mums who passed burgers and chips through the school fences in protest at the changes implemented after Jamie Oliver's healthy eating campaign.
How were we meant to fit that in that box?
You've got it in gist.
I got it in, but, you know, it's not easy.
You're just picking fights for the sake of it now, aren't you?
Yes.
You tried to start a fight with Boy George, and now you're picking on Jimmy Carr.
He doesn't want to talk about that.
OK.
Did you really want to hurt him?
Let's give him a point for that. It was very good.
But I think, Russell, you need to fill us in the background to this, OK?
What?
I'm not just being mean for no reason.
David is not a mean-spirited man.
No,
I think
he's
all
not.
of us remember that time when he'd done some swimming. What he scarcely mentions every fucking 5 minutes.
No, he doesn't. That's not fair.
Carol had an anagram for you. What did Ant and Dec buy? How did you get on?
Well, first of all, we thought they bought a nicer anus, which is interpretation of letters. But then Kat corrected me and said she thought they'd purchased insurance.
On one or the other one dying.
Life insurance on the partner dying so they could carry on.
It's a bit morbid, isn't it?
Is it morbid, or is it just very practical and planning ahead?
Well, if one of us dies, the other one ain't carrying on with goth detectives.
No, right. If one died, the whole agency dies.
Have you got an insurance policy or a suicide pact?
We're dead. Anyway, that's the whole scenario.
Yeah, from beyond the grave.
If one of us comes alive, we'll get insurance out.
Then it would have some benefit.
Marvellous. All right, let's go back to Carol for the answer.
And, of course, the answer is insurance.
Yes, which you can buy off her on daytime TV. If anyone's interested. Yes, insurance, you've got that right, Jonathan and Kat. You've got... What have you got? Life
insurance on each other.
A correct answer. You've got...
Well, actually, this is rather unfair, because between the first time we saw Carol Vorderman and the second time, she'd rearranged those letters. So, what we put there, Nyaskaru.
In 100 years will be the correct answer.
Just wait.
So we want you to look into the future and find it within yourself to give us a point.
Not this time, I'm afraid. I hardly want to ask this. What's the proper name for the full face veil? OK, Noel. Just... Noel Fielding. Noel, what have you gone for there? What have you put? Come on.
Peep scarf.
Peep scarf.
Peep scarf is your guess.
That's its proper name.
That's its proper name from the original dialect.
Peep scarf, yeah.
OK. Now, Jonathan and Kat have gone for the only slightly less racist.
The postbox. But I believe colloquially, and when the folks were out having a bit of laugh with each other, they say pop the old postbox on and we'll go down to the British Post Office. But we also put, we think it's either naquib or nakid. It's something like that. It's like a naquib or something.
Niqab is how it's pronounced. That's the correct answer. Niqab. That's how it's spelled. Burqa is not the right answer.
What is a burqa, then?
The burqa is the full thing.
Oh, OK.
Did the squares get it wrong? Did you think it was a burqa?
In fairness, Noel, you put peep scarf. OK. What did these two sell?
They sold the website YouTube.
YouTube. You both get a point. What did you go for?
I think we made it clear in the preamble that it would be a big bag of conkers. And that is what we've written. But Noel has then written over it, cheese cutters, to double our chance of getting the correct answer.
What do you think of that, Burker boys?
You've made us feel so small.
Yeah.
OK.
Pretty worried.
Come back, boy George,
one,
all is forgiven.
Whose book was Sir Ian reading from?
Kerry Katona, that was, definitely.
You're absolutely right, Count Dealey, of course.
Kerry Katona.
OK, and...
I think Ian McKellen is describing his vision of the future.
OK. I asked you to say what you see. What did you see? Jonathan?
North Korea nuclear testing.
That is wrong.
Back in the game.
OK, here we go.
We're back in the game. We're back in the game.
North Korea
tests nuclear weapons. Yes. We're back in the game.
OK, but Noel and Russell coming from the rear. What have you got, boys?
Well, the pen ran out halfway through the sentence, but we tried to write, we like you better than Guy, Jimmy.
We're trying to build bridges.
Well, after that round, let's have a look at the scores. Cat Dealey and Jonathan Ross have 30, David Williams and Rob Brydon have 30. Yes. Noel and Russell have 10. Are you ready for another bonus round? Are you ready?
Yes.
How much TV have you been watching this year? I imagine you don't get much of a chance, Jonathan, because, of course, you're on all of it. First, let's remind ourselves of some of the highlights of TV in 2006.
Who is she? Who is she? Who is she?
What's that coming over the hill? Is it a monster? Is it a monster?
Mike! Mike!
Is it a monster? What's that coming over the hill? Is it a monster? Is it a monster? What's that coming over the hill?
I'm not going to drag this out. We know exactly the scale. It's 1p. Sorry.
It's TV presenter Andy Peters.
Oh, no, no. Accidental me.
Lovely. Some of the highlights of TV from 2006. Take a look at these. All of them did the same thing this year, but one of them did it twice. Who and what was it? Noel and Russell, I'm willing you to get something right.
How many points have we got again?
You get 22 points if you get this right.
Right. We can do this. These are all people. You can have, and I don't see how.
We've got it. We've got it. You've got it. You're in trouble. You're in trouble. Look at Williams. He's in trouble. He's squirming.
Jimmy, you did say if we get it right, we could have 12 points.
22.
Yes, you get it right.
OK.
I'm fairly confident. Don't panic.
We're finished.
OK, let's have a look at your answers. Kat and Jonathan.
We put they all left shows, but Nikki left twice.
Left the show, and you put Nikki. That is the correct answer.
Yes.
They all left shows, but Nikki left the show twice. Let's go to Noel and Russell.
For 22 points.
This is our genuine answer. All these people were evicted, but Nikki was done twice by Russell and Noel.
I got it right. I think... 22 points, ladies and gentlemen. They get 22 points. They get one right.
They're hustlers.
So that woman there, the
Helen
prime suspect, she was evicted from prime suspect, was she?
Don't get bogged down.
Billy was evicted from the
Oh,
TARDIS,
she was evicted. Yeah, she got evicted. She was voted out.
David, OK, just take a moment, take a breath, yeah, and think about it. We've got another round to go, and a bonus round. They are definitely going to lose.
Yeah, but it's the principle, because I want them to lose badly.
David.
We got 22 points for that.
No, you haven't.
Let's have a little look at the scores after that. Kat and Jonathan have 31. David and Rob have 31. Noel and Russell are in the lead with 32.
All right.
And for your second TV bonus question, here's the lovely Lily Allen.
Hi, Jimmy. I want you to tell me, what did Jimmy Savile start 42 years ago and finish this year?
Have you all got your answers down?
There's no rules now. There's no rules.
Okay.
It's anarchy.
Now, let's see what you've got for this. Kat and Jonathan?
We've gone for...
Top of the Pops, and we've done a picture of Jimmy Savile to cement our deal.
That's not bad. That's not
Absolutely correct answer. Top of the Pops,
Top of
David
the
and Rob.
Pops.
Interestingly, Noel and Russell, who haven't taken it seriously up to now, are in the lead. We've got Top of the Pops as well. They can... Let's have a look at the scores after that. Kat and Jonathan have 32 points. David and Rob have 32 points. Noel and Russell have 33 points.
I hate you so much. How can you do this to me? We've tried really hard.
Not hard enough, David. This ain't some prance across the channel. This is a quiz. You've got to take it serious. Don't fuck around.
Exactly.
Me and Noel.
You avoided a few jellyfish. Big deal.
Yeah.
This is man's business.
How can you reward these two?
They're adorable. Look at them.
You're like a mother putting fast food through the railings of a school.
I know. Join us after the break to find out who will win the Big Fat Quiz of the Year 2006. See you in a minute. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of the Year 2006. And so, as the deadly polonium of November enters the bloodstream of December, Saddam Hussein was sentenced to death. He was offered community service in Baghdad, but decided death was the safer option. The US midterm elections spelled disaster for Bush, which was handy as he was spelling disaster with a Z. Desert Orchid sadly passed away this week. Fans will have a last chance to see Desert Orchid when they're feeding the cat or gluing something. OK, like Saddam Hussein, we're running out of time. So here's our final round of questions.
OK.
David and Rob, can you stop sulking for a minute? Look how happy Noel and Russell are. OK, first question. Daniel Craig made his James Bond debut in Casino Royale, in which we see Bond get his 00 status. What does he have to do to earn it?
Really?
OK.
You think I look a bit like James Bond tonight, Jimmy?
Meanwhile, in the rather scary world of real spying, ex-KGB agent Alexander Litvinenko was mysteriously poisoned. Who did he claim was directly responsible for his murder?
Huh?
Can I just give Noel and Russell a small clue? That isn't Kojak.
Can you
Just to make it
please
clear.
let us go with our quiz? We are, after all, winning.
Are they... I was going to say, are they condoms on his chest?
Yeah, they are. That clearly says something about your lifestyle.
You woke
Yeah, he's
up,
feeling a bit peaky, but-
after a night with Russell.
Oh, we had a lovely evening.
OK, another movie question for you. And to ask it, here's Borat.
Yakshamash, there have been many movie films this year. The Queen, Superman, Brokeback Mountains, about cowboys that make a bang 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 in anus, and my movie films, which in Kazakhstan took the top spot from Hollywood movie King Kong, which had been the #1 film in my country ever since it was released in 1932. What is the name of my movie film?
I'm looking for the... This has got to be absolutely accurate. OK? Very naughty boys, aren't they? It's exciting. Exciting. We just swap jobs for a day. It'd be brilliant.
I don't know if you could take the social aspect, Jimmy.
Come on, little Jimmy. OK, have you got it? Let's move on. There was outrage over the collapse of the Fairpack savings scheme, but how did Mylene Klass, who we met earlier, come to the rescue?
Oh, I know.
What? OK, remember Fairpack? It was a savings scheme.
It was a type of butter. It had a man on it what could play a trumpet. There's some corruption. We'll get to the fucking bottom of it because we are goth detectives.
Was it a real man or a butter man?
He was a bit of both, Noel, and that's what made him so beautiful.
OK, how did Mylene Klass help the Fairpack people?
Oh, it's so sweet. You know what's so sweet is they're really trying now.
Think of how much you'll annoy David Williams if you win. Come on, it's worth a try.
That's what's been spurring us on.
We've got to press on. We can really, really annoy him.
did that one ages.
No.
Noel is explaining to Jimmy that a victory for us will be good for the country.
Apparently, I can have any 3 women I want from Camden if I let them win.
Any 3?
And he has dominion over them. OK, your time's up.
We'll come back to
Next one. Which event prompted the following eyewitness comments? It was literally the Wizard of Oz. It was apocalyptic. A black roof tile speared my American walnut floating shelf.
I love it when people use the word literally for things which aren't literally. If it was literally the Wizard of Oz, then there would be a fucking yellow brick road and munchkins everywhere. It wasn't literally the Wizard of Oz.
It was figuratively.
It was figuratively. But did you see when
well, no one ever said that.
Leona won the X Factor and they had Mylene down in Hackney with all their supporters and they went, they're literally going mental here. Well, that's a terrible thing to say. I expect them to come back and find out they were hanging each other and daubing shit on their bodies and like just going like, we've gone mental! There are no rules.
OK, these are your final answers. Let's see how you did.
Come on,
It's
Carl.
very tense. You boys are currently in the lead. Question number 1, I asked you, what does Bond have to do to earn his 00 status? What did you have?
Kill 2 people. Not 1, not 3, 2 people.
Kill twice.
Just to kill 2 people, kill 2 people. What did you put, boys?
Do 2 killings. Also, we put in brackets, murders cause deaths. Just so that there is a moral message.
Well, in fairness, if he has to kill 2 people to get his licence to kill, the first one is a murder. Or when he kills 1, he gets his provisional licence to kill. He's not allowed to kill anyone on the motorway. All right, I can tell you that killing 2 people is the correct answer. OK, who did Litvinenko believe had ordered his poisoning? OK, boys, you put?
We got Putin.
So, the funny answers have gone now. You want to win.
We thought we'd do a bit of comedy, then come in and steal it at the end.
You've got Putin, the KGB, that's correct, Putin. You've got Vladimir Putin. OK, what was the full and accurate title of Borat's movie? What have you got?
Well, we're nowhere close, but we don't even know. It's something like Borat's cultural learning in US&A make benefit glorious nation of Kazakhstan. It's something like
We've got Borat make glorious representation of United States for cultural benefit of Kazakhstan. Is that right?
OK, and Noel and Russell, what have you got?
Well, I wish we'd stay with the funny answers, really.
Borat travels to America to make benefit for glorious Kazakhstan.
Well, let's go back to Borat and find out.
The answer is easy. It is Borat, Cultural Learnings of America, for make benefit glorious nation of Kazakhstan.
Well, we just said USA instead of America. That's pretty good.
That's close enough.
Kat and Jonathan get a point for that.
Oh! Yeah, come on!
They do.
They got it in
Exactly
right.
No, they put USA instead of America. That is so close enough. There's another bonus round, don't panic.
No, it is madness now.
Oh, you're such bad losers. What bad losers are
for
they?
haircuts.
Nothing for swimming the channel.
Genuinely upset, ladies and gentlemen. This is the spirit of Christmas. Question number 4. How did Mylene Klass help the victims of the Fairpack scandal?
She auctioned her bikini for £7,000. Point to Jonathan.
Don't be bitter, Rob. That's a point to you. Well done. What did you get, Jonathan?
Her bikini.
That's the correct answer. What did you boys put?
She
Auction her bikini for £7,000.
What does it actually say, though?
You're a very cynical man, Jimmy. And that is insulting to both me and him. We're trying our hardest.
They agreed for Glasnost.
Perhaps you shouldn't be in this position of power if you can't actually read, Jimmy.
What did you actually write?
What should we do?
Still unsuggested.
We're going back under here till peace comes.
You know what you should do.
Come on, Jimmy, let your conscience decide. You've got the same name as that bloke in Pinocchio's brain and you're a right bastard.
You get a point for that? You don't get a point for that?
You insulted him by calling him a cricket.
Well, OK. Which event prompted those eyewitness comments? What have you got, David Williams?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's no point, is there? Well, we got the answer right, there's no point, because we're not going to win.
Well, what's the thing? You might win.
North
Well, no, we're
London
not going
tornado.
OK, North London tornado is the correct answer. What have you got?
We put tornado in West London, but we put Kensal Rise. I believe it was North West London.
Correct. What have you got, boys?
We put that typhoon in one street in Kensal Rise, and we drew it.
That is the correct answer. It was the Kensal Rise tornado.
Yeah.
At the end of that, your scores are... Cat Dealey and Jonathan Ross have 37. Yeah. David Williams and Rob Brydon have 36.
Oh, yeah.
Noel Fielding and Russell Brand have 36. Teams, this is your last chance at grabbing a few extra points. This round is all about the best of those stories that come at the end of the news. It's our and finally round. There's 3 questions in this round. OK, first one. How did unemployed artist Nick Flynn cause tens of thousands of pounds worth of damage at Cambridge's Fitzwilliam Museum?
Oh, yeah, I know this. Oh, yeah. Well done, Cat. We got that one right. Our lead is safe. Our lead is safe.
OK, you all got an answer?
Yeah.
Yes.
OK, let's have a look, see what you got.
Knocked over a vase. He fell from some stairs and he knocked over a very, very expensive Chinese...
Well, he knocked over 2 vases.
He broke two
vases.
Two priceless vases.
We've got 2 vases.
I'm going to give David and Rob the points. I'm going to give Noel and Russell the points. I'm not going to give you the points.
Oh.
OK. The scores are 37, 37, 37.
Which is Jimmy Carr's measurements, I believe.
Yes, ladies.
Big sausage.
OK. Herman the German giant made the news for being one of the world's biggest what? This is exactly the kind of thing that those two would know. Do you genuinely know?
Yeah.
Brilliant. OK, let's have a look at your answers. Jonathan and Kat, what did you get?
I see a photograph of a giant putting his hand down an animal's throat and he pulled something out and saved it. It was like a dolphin or something. He was like a giant vet.
OK, David Williams, Rob Brydon. People's wrong. You get nothing, but Noel and Russell...
Here it is, look.
Rabbit,
you get the point. Rabbit is the correct answer.
Whole rabbit.
Yes, indeed. A German giant is, by the way, a breed of rabbit. And there he is, Herman. The scores, currently, as we go to the last question, are 37, 37, 38.
Right, right.
OK, final question. What is the story behind this picture? Oh, that it should all come down to this in 2006.
Is he the new Doctor Who? And that's his Rose, and there's a new small, low-budget TARDIS in front of him.
No. OK, let's go to your answer. So I asked you what was the story behind that picture. Let's go to Jonathan and Kat. What have you got?
Well, I think we might get it wrong, but I know it was an old can of food, and we put 8 food bought for their wedding many years before. I thought maybe they'd bought that for their wedding, but Kat then said, look, who would buy that for the wedding? I said, well, have a look at them. It shows my snobbishness and Kat's good nature.
David and Rob?
We got it wrong. We didn't know. OK? We're interested in the big issues, not some chicken in a fucking tin.
OK, ladies and gentlemen watching at home, I realise you may be getting a bit testy now and ready for bed. Maybe you could side with David Williams, who's having a bit of a showbiz hissy fit. And you've got...
A man found a very old can of chicken, then ate it later. This can was 50 years old or something like that. That lady there...
Could be his wife,
she might be. Perhaps they are just lovers. The important thing is the chicken and the point.
OK, I'll tell you the correct answer. The correct answer is, this is the story of Les Laley, who celebrated his 50th wedding anniversary by eating a tin of chicken that he and his wife had saved since receiving it in a hamper at their wedding. OK, so what we've got to decide is, does the man found a very old can of chicken count?
Yes!
It was 50 years, you got 50 years.
Do you know what? I think they both got it right. OK? And no, seriously, I think they've both got it right. They've both done really, really well. Give them points and let them both win, and we'll just be the losers. Even though I swam the channel, which no one else here has done.
Or mentioned.
No. So someone on this team has swum the channel. Someone over on that team has spread STDs.
Well, don't say someone, because they both
Someone
have.
over here gets paid too much and has just got fatter.
I think she looks great. What are you talking about? That's a disgraceful thing to say.
OK, the final scores. The final scores, ladies and gentlemen. In last place, with 37, David Williams and Rob Brydon. In second place, with 38, Kat Deely and Jonathan Ross.
That's respectable.
But our winners from Golf Corner with 39, Noel Fielding and Russell Brand. To present the trophy, Mylene Class. Boys, jump up, collect your trophy, come on over.
Thank you. Thanks, Mylene.
Come on over this way. Let's give you the trophy.
Well done.
Thank you for this trophy. We will never forget the support we've received here. Well done, you, in that bikini, love.
Thank you.
What a great day. What a great day for us
the
all.
only question we didn't get right was your bikini one.
Oh, really?
Because we didn't want to come across sexist.
Okay, thank you.
We got distracted by the picture.
That was a more honest answer there from Noel. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the Big Fat Quiz of the year 2006. A big thanks to all our amazing panellists and to all our special guests, and thanks to all of you for watching at home. I'm Jimmy Carr. That's been the Big Fat Quiz of the year 2006. Good night.